What is going on, guys? So I know a lot of you have been dealing with a lot of feminist crap, particularly around child custody, separations, divorces, etc., where the lies just flow like water. Now this is a video I stumbled across, and I put the link to the where it is on Facebook. I got tipped off to this one, and this blew my mind. So the incident referred to in this video happened 25 years ago. Alright, so when you actually see this video, I just want you to let that sink in, that this happened 25 years ago, that these lies were planted in these kids' head. Check this out.
Today we're going to clean up the infection. We're going to tell the truth. Mr. Monzel, in your lie detector test, you were asked, did you have any sexual contact with any of your 3 daughters? You said no. And the lie detector said there was no deception.
No deception.
Yes, thank God. How does that feel for you? And that your daughters knew it?
Well, I felt they always did know it.
You felt they always did know it? And didn't speak it because?
They didn't know no better. They wasn't told no different.
That's the mum there.
Miss Yvonne took a lie detector test and said, did you make up or exaggerate any stories with the intention to harm Monzel? She responded no, and the answer was deceptive.
So she did make stuff up to hurt him.
Then he asked you, did you say something to the effect of, I'm going to make sure you're never happy again? She responded no, and the answer was deceptive.
Liar.
So Miss Yvonne has acknowledged that her story about you touching your children in a sexual way was not true. So Miss Yvonne, is anything that you wanted to say to Mr. Monzel?
Why didn't you fight for him harder if you knew you
Excuse
didn't do
me?
it?
And what is it that he could have said that would have made you not believe the lie you were telling? Miss Yvonne, you told the lie. It was a lie, and you told it. And you gotta own it.
I'm sorry. I need you to say that you did not rape your girls. I need to hear it come out your mouth the way I've always heard it, Ma.
I apologize for accusing you of raping them. Please forgive me.
You don't have to forgive her. You don't have to.
I cannot accept your apology because it's not sincere. Deep down, I know that you didn't believe that. You knew I had no sexual desires for my children. For 25 years, this thing has broken me.
Look at the smug look in that bitch's face.
You don't know. It has affected my life in ways I can't even count. The things that you did.
These are the daughters that
This is not no game. This is these children's lives. And it's just a demon in you that you need to deal with.
I mean, so these girls are like probably close to 30 or 35, maybe even some of them 40, right? I don't know how old these daughters are. But they've been lied to for 25 years by this mother. They've been lied to and told that their father raped them as children. Point blank lied to. Why? For the mother's benefit. Did you see that smug face all the way through the video? If you didn't see it, go and check out the link below and go and watch it again. So I'm now going to share an actual article with you, and I'm starting to see a lot of women getting caught out manipulating Did I or did I not? Did I not, right? Did I not do a video about the age of forced accountability for women? Because back in the day, right, there were no cameras that you just take a quick snap on. You couldn't just whip out your phone and take a video. Right? There was no digital breadcrumbs everywhere. There were no text messages. Right? There was no evidence. It's just his word against hers. And she's got the vagina, so we listen, right? Because men, we always want to see the best in the ladies in our lives. We always want to believe the best. Right? Men have killed other men and other women under the false pretense that those men and women did something bad to the lady in their life that they loved, even if that lady in their life lied. So it's very, very pleasing to me that what we're starting to see is stories like this. Mum loses custody of 3 children after coaching them to badmouth her ex-husband. Because guys, I mean, it's textbook, right? You got kids, the woman decides she wants out, or the guy decides he wants out, whoever it is that decides, it's irrelevant. Even though women do opt to get out of the marriage more often than men, it's irrelevant, right? The point remains the same. When the separation happens, it's just like a textbook. If the woman's mad at the partner, she'll accuse him of sexual assault. She'll accuse him of child abuse. She'll say that he hurt the kids, right? She'll coach the kids to believe something that didn't happen. Like, I don't know, that the father raped all 3 daughters. We just saw it right there. She got caught out after 25 years and she wasn't even genuinely apologetic. This is the stage we're at, and this has been happening for decades upon decades upon decades upon decades upon decades. But it's only now the courts are starting to get under so much pressure. They're like, hey, we've cottoned on to what you're up to. And if you get caught doing it and someone pins you down, we're gonna have to take action. Right? And this is why you shouldn't get married in the current day and age, because of this shit that's going on. But I'll get into the article because this is actually a really good thing. The mum who has not been named for legal reasons. Of course she hasn't been named, because she's got one of these between her legs. And when you got one of those between your legs, you don't get named when you've committed criminal acts. You don't get named when you manipulate 3 young children into believing their father's bad. You don't get named if you kill your kid. Right? We can't name you because you have a vagina. This is the double standard. Right? If men and women didn't get named, I'd be like, well, I think people should be named, but at least the standard is being applied equally. But that's not what's happening. There's a double standard that clearly exists. And it's a real problem, and I'm going to keep calling it out until people address the double standard. Right? Because enough of us talk about it, people are going to start to notice. People have already started to notice. She has now lost custody. Oh, here we go. She's not been named for legal reasons, even told her children that their father wished to poison them. Textbook, didn't I just say it? I hadn't even got that far ahead. I just said it. I just said they tell lies to their kids to turn the kids against the father, to manipulate the kids. It's child abuse. She's now lost custody of the 3 youngsters after a judge told her that her behavior was psychologically damaging to them. Correct. That's correct. Judge Charles Atkin said the divorced mother was very hostile and bitter towards her ex-husband. Imagine that. A hostile and bitter ex-wife. Because that never happens. Imagine that. What a surprise. And as a result had tried to undermine her children's relationship with him. I'm just trying to think why someone would want to undermine the relationship of the children with the father? Well, there could be that if you undermine the relationship between the children and the father, the kids might not want to be there around the father, which would mean they'll want to be with the mum, which would mean she would have primary custody, which would mean dad has to pay child support. You guessed it. This is the plan all along. It's how it works. We've even got aposematic in the chat here said, been there, had it done to me. Exactly. I'm seeing it in so many different people. It's exactly what's going on. Ezra Pound says, my ex did this to me. Right? So many of you have been through this, and it's textbook. And it is the feminist system that allows women to behave like this, right? And get away with it. I got no problem if women behave like that and then get held accountable, right? Because people should be held accountable for their actions. I got no problem if men behave like that and then get held accountable, because men should be held accountable for their actions as well. But as we know, it's only the ladies that don't get held accountable when it comes to the family court. JJ291, his kids live with him. Exactly. And this, we're starting to see the shift. We're starting to see the pendulum swing back the other way, guys. We're starting to see what's happening. In a written ruling, he said the children, none of whom have yet reached their teens, had stayed with the mother following their parents' divorce, but had regularly seen the father. Obviously court ordered, and she didn't want the kids to start enjoying the time with the dad, so she tried to turn them against the father. Textbook. Social services at Sutton Council in South London have welfare responsibility for the children and had raised concerns about the effect the mother's behavior was having. Well, it's good that the social services actually raised that, right? Because if the father had raised it, it probably wouldn't have been listened to. We've seen this time and time again. The judge said their mother had nothing positive to say about their father and many negative things. I am satisfied that this is a mother that has caused and is likely to continue to cause significant harm to the children, including by actually trying to undermine their relationship with the father. The judge, who ordered that the children should not be named, said he had to decide what was best for the three youngsters. She repeats false allegations to the children, and those allegations are of a serious nature, such as wishing to poison them, he said. She regularly coaches the children to say negative things about the father without any justification. He concluded, the judge that is, I think her behavior is emotionally abusive of them and psychologically damaging to them. Boom. There we have it. Called by the judge. With evidence. By the way, guys, any of you who are going through an issue with an ex-partner, there's something called an affidavit, right? An affidavit is basically a statement of fact, and you can't present evidence in court without an affidavit. If you present it in court, it's just something that happened. The affidavit provides the details and the framework on for the basis on which to provide the evidence. So, look, especially if you're in Australia, do a search for Legal Eagle Affidavit. Affidavit spelt AFFIDAVIT. And legal, eagle is in the law, legal, and eagle is in the bald eagle. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, guys, do some reading on that. It's pretty interesting. I think you guys will like that, especially if you are in a situation where you do require it. Mad Aussie Bushman has just finished paying child support forever. Freedom is now his. Yes! Yes! The Mad Aussie Bushman. I am very happy for you, brother. I am very happy for you. If you live in Sydney, you should really email me so we can go and have a drink together to celebrate. But if you don't, then that's cool too. But the thought's there. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you think there's anyone who needs to see this, especially someone who was going through a difficult battle, send this to them to give them hope that the battle is not over. Send this to them so that they know how to write an affidavit. Send this to them. And yes, I do accept emails for topics. Just send this to them. Just share it. Just smash the thumbs up and like it and comment and do all the things that pushes this to the top of the search results, because so many people need to see videos like this. So many people need to see that not every single time a mother accuses a father of something is true. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I appreciate you. I look forward to catching you soon. And peace. Oh, by the try Licto for that £5 donation. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. And Peppermint Cat's House is paying $2,000 a month in child support. You'll be finished soon, brother. Not too much to go. And then MGTOW is freedom for you. If you want to email me, sydneymgtow@gmail.com. If you want to donate to Sydney via PayPal, paypal.me/SydneyMGTOW. And if you want to just donate on Patreon, because patreon.com/SydneyMGTOW.